You're gonna make me get emotional. uh, well, my dad had went in for to get a stent put in this morning. It's at 8:30, so he said a prayer for that, and not usually an emotional person, but kind of got teary-eyed about that. And so, listening to a huge bowl, timing was awesome. It's just a God thing for sure. Family, tradition, just experiencing that incredible closeness with God out in the mountains, the beauty of the mountains, and the time with family, doing the things that we love. That's really what draws me the most to come back each and every year. And while some people might say, how could that mean more than chasing big bulls and bucks and all the fun things that come along with that, the family relationships and the closeness with God out there just means so much more and has so much more eternal value to me. This year started a lot like most of our hunting seasons, making our annual donation to Fish and Game in hopes of pulling a tag. But I assumed I'd be hunting general season like usual. This elk hunt didn't come into reality until after the second chance draw results came out later in August, and not something I ever thought I'd draw, but of course that kind of changed all of our plans in elk hunting, at least for me, and I had to add another hunt to an already busy fall schedule, our family hunts and whatnot. But yeah, it was pretty cool to draw that, and really only the second bull tag I've ever drawn in my life, and to have it come together like this was pretty special. All right, well, we got up here day before the opener here to do a little scouting, try to see if we can locate a bull to chase in the morning. Get into the best part of the evening here to pick up some elk. So yeah, this bull we picked up here, he's just chasing his cows all over the side of this mountain, cutting them off. They're trying to run in the timber. He ran out in front of them. It's pretty cool to see. He's definitely a hot bull. Not a huge one, but he's trying to keep those cows in line. It looked like a couple escaped though into the timber and got away from him. So he went in after him. So we'll see if we can locate him again tomorrow. But pretty cool to see that. Being the oldest of four boys in my family, I was the first to go out with Dad deer and elk hunting, and just really cherished those times when it was just Dad and me out there. Quite honestly, I was kind of upset when my brothers started coming along and invading that time that I had with my dad. It was pretty crowded and plenty of fighting and whatnot that went along with that, but we made it work because we were out there doing something together that we loved, and that was more important than us being comfortable. Joys of contacts.
You don't have to cry.
What's that?
You don't have to cry. It's okay.
No bowls. John didn't spot me one yet. I thought this was a guided hunt. All beautified, ready for the morning. Opening morning. Ready to go kill a bull. Hopefully this morning. But, we'd take just seeing and chasing the adventure, right? It's all about the adventure. But killing's fun too. That's what we're here for, partially, mostly, kind of. Yeah. It's all part of the journey. Go do some glass.
In the freezing cold.
In the freezing cold. It's not that cold. I mean...
Yeah, well, you have like 7 coats on.
Well, that's not important.
Gabe brought enough clothes for 2 people.
I've learned from taking kids hunting that you have to take extra clothes, and this might apply to the camera guy too. Now that I have a family of my own, I've had the privilege of getting to teach my wife and sons how to hunt and bring them into the hunting tradition that we've built over the years. And while that is not without its logistical challenges and the extra people and tags in camp and making more noise tromping around the mountains and not being able to get to some of my best hunting spots, at the end of the day, having them there is more important than finding that big buck or bull and tackling hunts alone, those things, and it just holds so much more value in sharing that with them. Oh, that's a good bull. Yeah, that's a real good bull. Yeah. At least by my standards. I'm not a trophy hunter. But that's real good bull. Good 6. Definitely not the same one we saw last night. It's a lot bigger than that. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 cows or so? Spike. Yeah.
There's a bench down below them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it kind of benches out where these trees are down lower.
We might be able to get up on something higher.
On that bench right there, we might be able to shoot up into them.
Yeah, I think so.
As long as we're up on that side hill fairly high, but yeah, we gotta go now.
Yeah, we're not gonna have a ton of time. Let's do this. Let's first stock on the opener of the morning of the opener. We'll see, it could be close before they move in the trees, but we'll give it our best shot. It's a good shooter bull. Yeah, fun times. Let's do it. part they don't tell you about in the movies.
How in shape do you feel?
Not very right now. They're always in a spot that's not easy to get to. Well, not always, but almost always. So, that's where all the training comes in. At least give yourself a chance. It doesn't always work out, but sometimes a couple minutes makes all the difference in the world, if you're in position or not. Well, gave us a little bit of excitement this morning, but now we bust our butts to get up here, try to get in position for a shot. Saw some nice bull and some cows feeding out here, and gosh, by the time we got here, they'd moved into this dark timber and bugled for a little bit, maybe till about 9:20 or so, and then have quieted down since then. So. They're still in there as far as we know, so we can tell. It seems like they bedded up in the timber, but didn't get here in time, I guess. Yeah, we've decided that there's a decision that needs made. What that decision is, it's not so clear. But now I think we're gonna not push these elk, and there's 2 likely spots they'll come out here tonight. So we're going to try to play it for tonight, let them rest for the afternoon here, get ourselves in a position tonight to get a shot. But it's a little bit of a guessing game. They could come back the way they went in the timber this morning, or continue on. I've seen them do both in the past, so it's a little bit of a gamble, but we're going to take our best guess and play that for the evening. So I think we're going to head back to camp, do a little glassing, maybe take a little rest, and get set up for this evening. All right, well, afternoon here. It's 6 o'clock now. We're getting ready to start glassing for the evening here. Everything this morning pretty much shut up at 11 o'clock. We were talking to some bulls and chasing that bigger bull this morning. He stopped talking to us about 9:20 or so, and then a couple other satellites were willing to play a little bit until about 11, but been ever since then been totally quiet. Kind of warmed up this afternoon quite a bit. It's kind of been the story so far this year. Pretty warm in the afternoon, it's pretty quiet, pretty tough to find anything, so hopefully that bull will come out tonight like he did last night over on this hillside. We're positioned to hopefully get in on a shot or make a decision if we need to relocate, because these elk have been moving around quite a bit. They don't like to stay in one spot too long, so if they're out of the country, we don't want to waste time here. We might boogie to a new spot first thing in the morning if that's the case. If we can't find them tonight or tomorrow morning, so we'll see what happens, but hopefully we can find that bull tonight. Because of some of the terrain challenges of this hunt and having drawn this difficult to draw tag, I decided to do something I'd never done before and have the hunt filmed. And normally I would take my family on this hunt and experience it with them and be able to put this on our catalog of traditions and memories. But because of some of those challenges, I decided to do something different this year. And when I learned of drawing this tag, I gave my good friend and cameraman John a call to see if he's available for filming this hunt. And we'd worked together in the past a bit on a number of different things and have hung out enough to know that we get along and could work well together. But I was a little bit nervous as well about filming a hunt, something I'd never done before, and the pressures that can come along with that. But working with John, we knew we worked well together and eased my mind a bit to be okay with taking this on. It's been nearly 15 years since I last rifle elk hunted, and back in 2010 we started archery hunting and really fell in love with chasing bugling bulls in September. And drawing this tag here, this rifle elk tag, was something that brought me back to my roots and the tradition as a family that I grew up hunting with a rifle. And so it was something special, but the coolest part about it was the bulls should still be bugling.
All right, well, we came up empty this morning, glassing first thing, where we'd seen those elk yesterday. So jumped on the dirt bikes and rode a couple miles to a different canyon. Heard a bull bugle, and so started glassing a little bit more to where we heard that bugle, and came up with a pretty good sounding bugle. A couple of raghorns popped out, and they dumped over this canyon. But the big bull and his cow seems to be down here still, bedded in the thick timber. So we've been scrambling across this hillside to get in position, see if we can get him to talk a little bit here. If not here, then we'll probably come relocate camp over here during the afternoon and try to hunt these tonight and tomorrow morning. See if we can turn this bull up. It sounded like a really good bull, real deep growl. I haven't seen him yet, but he sure sounded good, so we'll see if we can find him. Position on this bull that was bugling this morning. We're going to sit here for a bit. Hopefully he sounds off. The satellites moved up and over. A couple of small satellite bulls that were tempting to go after, not going to lie, but John talked me out of shooting one of those. So we're hoping we find this growler down here with his cows, and if we don't hear or see him by 1 or 2 today, we'll probably back out and relocate camp over to this area and see if we can't get on it tonight and tomorrow morning. So that's the plan for now. Well, elk hunting often comes with highs and lows, and lots of times they are real close together. which is kind of what happened here. We got in pretty close to that big bull and his cows, a little closer than we thought we were. He wasn't talking on his own, so we threw out a bugle and he answered right away, and it was closer than we thought, really probably closer than we wanted to get, maybe 140 yards is all. Not sure exactly what happened. I think the cows may have seen us when we were getting set up for a shot, and the cows jumped out of there and they seemed to be spooked, but the bull didn't follow, and we're not sure where he went, but don't think he went too far. So we're going to ride back, resupply some food here, get some more water, and then move camp over here and see if we can get back on these elk tonight and tomorrow and get on that big bull. We never have seen him yet, unfortunately, but he sounds really big, not a nice big bugle. Might see those rag horns as well, those 5-point and 4-point. Play with them a little bit, but exciting to get into some elk. Came really close, and yeah, keep trying, keep at it, and hopefully it'll come together here soon. All right, well, evening here. It's what we got? 6:30. Back in this canyon here where we saw the bull this morning, and came close. Just spotted some elk over in the timber. So we're gonna make a play on them, see if we can get in a position for a shot tonight before sun goes down. We're about 1,500 yards away right now, so we got some ground to cover. But at least there's elk in here still. It's promising, and give it our best shot here tonight. Dad had come out with us on our annual archery elk hunting trip actually it was just a week or two prior to this hunt. And when he was out with my son and I, and we'd kind of broke off, and he started having some heart pain and some chest pain and a little lightheaded and whatnot. And so he got a little scared and decided he better make a phone call and get in to see a doctor. That ended up being that he had a blockage, and he needed to have a stent put in his heart, and they wanted to do it as soon as possible. And when he went in, doctor said, "Hey, this is normal, easy thing. We do it all the time. There's hardly ever complications. Nothing to worry about. Go elk hunting. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. You don't even need to come." All right, well, back at it, day 3, I think it is, or 4th day here. It's my first day scouting. Day 3 of hunting, though. Back in this canyon where the elk were yesterday. Got up to a good vantage point, and see if we can't turn some elk up. Nothing yet. No bugling throughout the night. But it was a little windy at times, so hopefully they're just on the other side of this hill. But we'll see what we can find here. We need to turn some elk up here today and get it done. As we were working down this ridge, it got just enough cell coverage to get a message in, and a reminder that Dad was going in for the stent being put in his heart. And it kind of got caught up in the hunt and all the activities and chasing elk, but the reminder came through, and just for whatever reason, it was really weighing heavy on me this morning. When I got that reminder, it wasn't supposed to be a big deal, but for whatever reason, just couldn't get off my chest. see the big bull. I can see the big bull from where I'm at. Do not shoot that little bull. Okay, the cows are feeding out. Follow those cows. He's gonna follow those cows for sure. There's 2 cows feeding out. Get the range on that. Yep, there he is. There's the big bull. He's chasing the raghorn off. See him there? Yeah. Okay, it's nice and easy.
Behind the tree?
No, he's out in the open. You don't see the bull. Zoom out on your scope. He's way down low. He chased the bull down. That's right. He's gonna come back into the fold. How far is that shot, Dick?
725.
725. The cows are like just feeding. Do you want to try to close the distance? Like we could literally cut 300 yards off the shot if you wanted to. They're in that fold. I would want to get set up first. Range the cows. He's gonna come through. Just get set. I'm gonna stop him. Here it comes. See him? You see him? To the right. You can always see his head.
Yeah, he's coming.
I can't see him. Yeah. On the other side of the tree, I'm gonna scream at him, okay?
You hit him perfect, buddy.
You just killed a giant.
Should I take him again?
Do you see him?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, hit him again. Hit him again. You just killed a giant.
Yeah, buddy.
You just killed a giant.
Yeah, buddy. He's a beast.
Aren't you glad I told you to wait?
Okay, fine. I'll give it to you. Post-shot shakes are a real thing.
Oh my God.
I saw a good frame and I was like, that's good enough for me, man.
Dude, I saw you eyeballing that the 5-point on the saddle. I can take him right now. I'm like, please don't. There's a giant bull right there. We'll get him. We just gotta be patient. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Jesus. It's been a long season of a lot of days in the field this year without making it all come together like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, and it could have been more of a God thing.
Yeah.
They literally instead
Yeah.
wrapped around the top, right here, right in front of us, broadside. I couldn't tell how fast he was going to come through that gap, so I started hammering him. So then I let off just a little bit, and I hammered him hard.
Yeah.
Thank goodness
He
I
stopped
did. Like
perfect.
he stopped right in the lane.
Yeah, he's still perfect.
You're gonna make me get emotional. Well, my dad had went in for to get a stent put in this morning. It's at 8:30, so he said a prayer for that, and by God's grace, he gave us a perfect shot. He was able to get 3 good shots on him and dump him right where he stood, and it's a blessing. But it happened right at 8:30. So that was pretty cool. Blessing of a huge bull. Timing was awesome. It's just a God thing for sure. I learned that Dad had flatlined during the procedure at 8:30 a.m. and was without a heartbeat for 16 seconds. But by God's grace, the doctors were able to revive him. Situations like this have a way of reminding us of just how fragile life can be and to appreciate each and every time we get to go to the mountains. As incredible as this hunt was, and as much fun as it was being out there with as good a friend and cameraman as I could ask for, there was just that part of me that was still missing my family, even with a great bull on the ground, but not having their smiles and laughter and the excitement of a successful hunt. Nothing can replace having family by your side.